Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dstyles, photosbydstyles.com. Welcome to episode 3 of Shooting with Style. And I am joined in studio. We are no longer in my bedroom studio. I'm joined with the lovely Lizzette. She's gonna be our model for today because today we are talking about shutter speed. So what is shutter speed? Shutter speed is just that, the speed of how fast your camera clicks. So you can do 3 things with that. You can freeze motion, you can show motion, and just like our buddy aperture that we discussed last week, you can also brighten an image as well as darken it. So Liz is ready, my lights are ready, camera guy's ready. Say hi, Jurien.
Hey guys.
So let's get the shoot started. All right guys, so before we get started on the shoot, I just want to walk you through my camera setup. I am using a Sony a7 III with full-on tethering thanks to the Tether Tools tether block and my Tether Tools tether cable. I'm shooting Godox, Flashpoint, whichever you want to call it. And of course, we are tethered into Capture One right now, just so that Liz can see the photos as they come out and I can monitor them. And we see Liz looking all nice. So let me just walk y'all through the lighting setup and we'll put this down. I have a giant 5-foot Octa as my key light. This will just give her some nice, beautiful light. And then I have a strip light right back here. I don't know if the camera can see it, but yeah, I have a strip light back here gridded just to provide some kick to the hair so that we have some standout, because her hair is very dark, her outfit is dark, so we need to have some contrast between the two and the background. Okay, we're gonna start shooting for real this time, guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're back in the home studio right now and just want to say that shoot was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes footage. Shout out to my homie Jurien. You can find him on Instagram at jurien.h, I believe. It'll be up here in this area, his IG, so definitely go follow that. The man is a wizard behind the lens. So with that aside, let's look into some of these images that I got. So this first one we got on screen is Liz mid-knee. So she's doing a series of Thai knees, or Tiger knee if you're a Street Fighter 2 fan, or Sagat main. So you can see that, you know, every piece of her body that's moving has some motion blur attached to it. So you can see the full blur of her moving her knee. You can see like her calves, and even her sneakers and shoelaces have a blur. And you know, that was totally intentional just to show the dynamic nature of that move. And the settings are right next to the photo if you want to know how I shot it. I'm pretty sure if you mess around with your values, you can stop it down, get like a lower ISO number, or, you know, mess around with the values to get like a lesser stop of light. But for what we needed, this is what I used, and I say it worked out very well. Now this next one, I switched it up a little bit. I actually decided to, you know, stick around with the same set of numbers but I also decided to switch it up with my f-stop. So I took it up a third of a stop to f5.6, and I raised the ISO a little bit because I wanted to go for a black and white shot, right? So as you can see, you know, this shot is black and white. It's her mid punch, and I just wanted something iconic and robust, and once again to show how dynamic this image is, to show that yes, if you were on the other side of that fish, chances are you would get hit, and you would get hit hard. So that's why I decided to do that shot the way I did. And now we're gonna go into the static pictures, so the moments in time that I froze, and they're both kind of the same shot. So I wanted to do an iconic standard punch because I was thinking, you know, black and white classic Nike editorial for this one. So here she is, I'm shooting her, she's facing sideways, punching towards the gridded strip, and you can see that there's a nice fall from the light. You know, everything is tack sharp on her, and it looks like it's an editorial. It's great. I decided to shoot it at f8. I kept the shutter at my shutter sync speed of 1/250th of a second just to capture that light, and ISO 100. All standard here. When you're working in the studio, you want to try and keep your ISO at 100 or the camera's lowest value. So this last shot is well, it's not the same one, it's a similar one. Rather than her throwing a straight, I have her throwing a hook punch. So we have that going, and as you can see, colors are bright, light looks amazing on her, and even though it's frozen, you can still see that, you know, I just didn't pose her with her fist out, because you have the hair behind her arm like frozen in the air. It's not like I just told her, hey, hold your fist out like a hook punch. No, this is actually, you know, me freezing that moment of time of her throwing a hook punch. And this is, I think, a little bit before the moment of impact. Alright, so we went in the studio to talk about the first two things that your shutter speed does for images. As you can see by the pictures we just went over, you can blur an image, you can show motion, you can show an image being dynamic, and you can also freeze a moment in time. But you can also do a third thing, which is called dragging the shutter. So dragging the shutter essentially is slowing down your shutter speed so you can let more light in. Case in point, this image right here that I'm about to show you. As you can see, it's a concert scene, and you know, I really love the orange light and how it was so focused on the stage, but I've noticed with my naked eye that it was spilling out to some of the crowd. Now, with my standard settings for this venue I was shooting in, I couldn't get that orange light to get that far out into the crowd and silhouette some folks. So what I did was I brought my shutter speed down to 1/80th of a second, and I took a test shot, and the 1/80th happened to be the right move because, as you can see, like, you're able to see the fog in the air from like the fog machine on stage. You can make out the light, and I get that nice silhouette around the people in the crowd. And it's still, for the most part, sharp. And this is totally handheld, by the way. I just want to give a quick shout out to Sony's in-body image stabilization A7 III, because this is absolutely amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Once again, big thank you to my model Lizzette for being amazing for this shoot. And you can follow her on Instagram right here at Sailor Ecstasy. And you can also follow Jurien, I posted his IG up earlier, but it will be down in the description below and right up here as well. So thanks to both of you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's episode. Definitely stay tuned for the last part of the Exposure Triangle series, where we'll be talking about ISO. And that's going to be dropping this week as well, since I didn't make a video last week. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell next to it so you can be notified when that video drops. And I will see y'all in the next one. And don't forget, never stop shooting. Have a good one, folks. I'm out of here. Peace.